𝚊𝚙𝚙𝚕, and I am back with another fire set of nails, and today we'll actually be doing some pride nails. So I'm just starting off by using my fine grit sanding band to remove the shine off of my client's natural nails, and afterwards I'll start to apply my nail tips. I am going to be using some pre-shaped coffin tips. These nail tips are the only nail tips that I've been using for medium through XL nails. Now for the short nails, I still like to use my square tips, but for medium through long, these really help with shaping, and they really require little to no shaping, so you pretty much should just blow past that. It used to be really hard for me to shape medium nails, and because of it, I didn't want to raise my prices, knowing that I didn't really like how my medium nails would come out. Not that they were ugly, I just felt like they could be better, and I just wanted some pre-shaped tips. So I use these now. I am also selling them, so they'll be on my website, and I'm linking that down below. And after I cut the nail tips, if I want to shape them some more and make them skinnier, I can, but I don't actually have to cut anything and make it coffin and worry about it being a little uneven. Here I already applied my nail tips, and now I'm going back in with my fine grit sanding band, and I'm going to lightly go over the nail tips so that I can blend this in with the natural nail. For these nail tips, I actually really didn't shape them at all. I just straightened out the bottom using my 80/80 grit file, and afterwards I started to apply my primer. So first I'm going in with my dehydrator, which is alcohol. Afterwards I'm doing one coat of my Young Nails Protein Bond and one coat of my No Lift primer. Now that that's all finished, I'm going to start the application, and before I start to apply my colored acrylic, I do like to place a small bead of clear acrylic onto the natural nail. I placed my first bead directly under where I placed the nail tip onto the natural nail, and now I'm using my brush to start to lightly pull the acrylic down from side to side. And if I feel like it's drying a little too quickly, I'll start to apply more pressure. For this bead, I did pick up a smaller one, and just like before, I'm making sure that all of my acrylic is sidewall to sidewall before I start to blend the rest of the acrylic down. Making sure it's sidewall to sidewall really does play a large role, because you want to, of course, cover the entire nail, and you don't want the nail to be looking all lumpy on the side and like it's missing acrylic in certain places. For this next bead, it'll be the cuticle bead, and I'll just place this directly above the last bead, and I'm going to use the tip of my brush to fill in all of the negative space. If the acrylic starts to flow over, I am going to use the tip of my brush to clean that up. Of course, you don't want any of this product on your client's skin because it will cause the nail to later lift. For this next bead, I did want to make the apex area a little higher, so I placed a bead directly in that area, and after making sure it was blended to the top of the nail, I did start to wipe the bottom of the bead down. I'll be doing the same thing to the rest of these nails because we'll be painting some French tip on these nails and using some pigment powders to create our pride rainbow kind of look. Yeah, I am super excited about summertime. I'm glad that everybody is booking acrylic toes. And if you don't know how to do acrylic toes yet, I'm gonna link a video down below because it is a great way to add some extra money onto your service. The acrylic toes only take about an hour to maybe an hour and 30 minutes if you're just beginning to actually complete them. So it's a shorter service, and like I said, you can upcharge and make little bundles and deals for your clients, because I know I'm about to do me a little special for the rest of the summer where I include some acrylic toes in a full set. So sometimes when I'm applying the acrylic powder, it doesn't always come out the same. Not saying the nails don't come out the same, because I'm going to make sure that all the nails are the same. But when I'm saying this, I'm meaning that I don't always apply the acrylic the same. For one nail, I may do 3 beads or 3 beads only and not add any clear acrylic. And for other nails, sometimes I may do 3 beads and then when I add an extra bead for the apex area using my clear, or using more of the color that was already there. And I'm just letting you guys know this so that you guys don't get too discouraged when it comes to having a set method on how you like to do your nails. If you do a 2 bead method or a 1 bead method or a 3 bead method or a 4 bead method, it is completely okay. You do what's most comfortable for you, and as you get better and you get more comfortable with the acrylic and picking up different size beads, then you'll be able to do a 2 bead method, a 3 bead method. But for this video, I was more feeling a 3 bead method, but for some of the nails I did have to add some more acrylic. And I have some videos on my page where you guys see me do the nails in 2 beads. So sometimes, at least for me, it just varies. And if you are going through something like that, that is 100% okay. But I did want to just let you guys know that in case you've noticed that when I was doing basic applications in previous videos. The client I'm currently working on in this video is actually one of my friends, and she never knows what she's getting. Like, we got to the point where she just comes, she sits down, like she doesn't even ask me, oh, well, what color are we doing, or do you have an idea? She just be like, look, girl, I know they're gonna be fire, like, do your thing, record your video. So I do deeply appreciate her, and you guys probably seen her hands on my YouTube channel before. Alright, so I know I keep kind of bouncing around with topics, but I know y'all have had clients that came to y'all, stopped coming to you for, you know, whatever reason, and then maybe like a year or so later, or like 6 months later, they come back telling you about all their horrible experiences they had with this nail tech and that nail tech, and this happened, and you just kind of sitting there like, well, and then you ended up right back here. Like, I know that's happened to y'all before. It happened to me a few times where like a client would stop coming to me for whatever reason, regardless of if it was her fault, my fault, misunderstanding, and then months later they come back and just act like, you know, nothing happened. And sometimes they'll come acting like they don't even know you. Like, I've had that happen too. I told you guys about me actually blocking somebody from booking with me and them booking under another name. So you guys really do have to be careful, especially if you are somebody that's working from home. As I said earlier, I did not shape these nail tips, and y'all see the shape, like the shape of how, oh God, this is the shape. Like, it just already looks so good, and I didn't have to shape these. Like, After I apply these on my clients, I literally blend them in with the natural nail, straighten the bottom, and go right to putting the acrylic on. And it saves you at least 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how long it actually takes you to shape nails. Now I'm using my 5-in-1 bit that I got off of Amazon to seal the cuticle area, and y'all talk about this nail bit in every video. This is my favorite bit for when it comes to sealing the cuticle area and removing product. So as you guys can see, this is a safety bit, so I can get really close to my client's skin without cutting her. And on her middle finger, I didn't record the application on this hand because the middle finger came out so ugly, like I just stopped recording, but you guys are gonna see how I fixed it. So I'm not really too sure if you've seen how bulky the nail was in the cuticle area before, but I'm really about to take my time to file this down and make sure that the rest of the nails look the exact same. So I showed you guys the application on the opposite hand, but when I was doing this hand, like I said earlier, this middle finger was coming out a little funny, and I placed the cuticle bead a little too far back, so I had to go in with another cuticle bead. It spilled everywhere. It was all over her skin, so I just had to kind of finesse it, and luckily you guys are now watching me fix this nail. So I was really in the cuticle area with this bit for a while because it was really bulky at the top. So by the end of the video, you're not going to even know like which nail I have messed up. And I think that's one of the beauties of doing nails for so long. You kind of just know how to go around things and fix things. Because I remember when I first started, if I would have did something like this, I probably would have been like, okay, well, if this nail comes off in a few days, you could come back, because it was just touching all around the skin. So I was like, okay, well, let me just clean up the acrylic in the cuticle area, and even if it looks crazy, I'll just later go back in with my file and file it down. Now, using my 80/80 grit hand file, I'm going to be filing the sidewalls of these nails as well as the surface of these nails. Now, because I'm filing the surface of these nails using a 80 grit file, I will later have to use a buffer to remove all of the scratches, because you do not want those harsh lines to be showing through your gel polish. Moving on, I'm using my Not Polish top coat, and I love their top coat, y'all. I'm gonna leave my link down below. I actually bought a few more today and a few more of their products so I can make some more YouTube videos for you guys. So you want to go in with your gel polish before you actually start to paint the design so that the gel polish does not go through the small cracks that the buffer and the file created when you were working. The white gel polish I'm using today is also from Not Polish. Like I said, I will leave a link down below. And this brush that I'm using is straight off of Amazon, and it is perfect for these V-line French tips. I'm actually only gonna go in with one coat of my gel polish because I'm going over this with pigment powder, so I really don't need the white to be like super white, I guess you can say. I just need this pigment to stick. So after I do this, I am gonna allow this to cure and I'll move on to her other hand. So I'll pretty much just have her go back and forth. Alright y'all, so it is time for the fun part, and I'm using these pigment powders that I got off of Amazon as well. They also came with a little brush thingies and the brush thingies. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know what they're called. Look y'all, I'm in a really good mood today. So like I was saying, I'm just using the brush to lightly pat on the pigment powder, and I'm doing this at random. Now I know certain colors will make certain colors, so sometimes I'll put blue next to yellow or pink next to blue to make a purple, so I do keep that in mind as I'm working. But I'm just randomly like placing this over, and I'm not really patting it too hard in certain areas because you don't really want really harsh lines. Like, you do want this to look very gentle, as if, you know, the colors are blending into each other. So I'm really not trying to get a very harsh line look, because once you brush all this pigment powder off, if it wasn't already looking real like blended in, that's just how it's gonna come out in the end. So you do want to be mindful as you're doing this. Doing these was so fun, y'all. I want to know, how much would you guys charge for these? Because I'm actually about to put these on my price list today, as well as a few more things. Since this is a set that didn't take too long, like, I really do recommend having a few sets on your website that don't take too long. So if needed, you could take multiple people a day that's getting, you know, shorter sets, or, you know, just sets that don't take as long, because this only took me 2 hours to do, which is, you know, pretty good. At least for me, I think that's pretty good. And when I start doing that one bead method on every finger, it's probably going to be an hour and a half. But like I said, how much would you guys charge for these, or how much do you guys think I charge for these nails? We were also going to do her toes like this, but she already had gel polish on her feet from when she got her toes done probably about a week or so ago. So I was like, all right, we could wait and do that. But let me know if you guys would like to see that. I think that would be really cute too, on some French tips for the toes, and I might do it on myself. Once I am finished with this, I am going to go ahead and use my dust brush to remove the rest of the pigment powder, and I'm going to top coat these nails. So if needed, I will go in with some alcohol and wipe the sides of my client's nails after I'm finished applying the top coat. Of course, you don't want to remove the pigment, but if there's any like extra pigment on the nail, just lightly use some alcohol to wipe it off before you top coat it. But if there's no extra pigment on the nail, dust it off, top coat it, and after you top coat it, go ahead and clean up your client's skin.